Hello everyone, it is California Bird here with another awesome Brickmania custom Lego kit. So today we're going to be looking at the M2A4 Stuart tank. It's a light American tank, which was basically only used by the Marine Corps in combat in Guadalcanal. It was also used by the Army, however the Army only used it for training. And then after the Battle of Guadalcanal, the Marine Corps also only used it for training, as the main combat tanks were then the M3 and the M4s that were coming off the production line. But either way, let's go ahead and jump right in and make this tank. Alright, let's go ahead and cut into these 467 pieces of Stuart awesomeness. This is serial number 107. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get rid of this plastic. Hopefully I can do a little bit better than I did in that Panzer III video. So far it's not going, so there we go. Whee! Nope, it's we're gonna make a mess. Alright. And there we go. Let's go ahead and cut that seal. There we go, right through the words. Alright, and inside the box we have the tiny little tank tracks, the bag of the really small parts, and then we have a bag of really large parts. So there we go, and then of course the ever important instruction manual. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so there it is, the Brickmania M2A4 Stuart tank in the US Marine Corps livery. So it is a very small tank, very light tank, and at the 1/35th scale in Lego, it does make the detailing kind of hard. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of packed in and cramped in together. For example, if you look at the tank commander who's sitting up here, you might think, oh, he looks pretty nicely scaled and whatnot, but see, he's got no legs. Lieutenant Dan's got no legs. So if you do put his legs on him, he will stand up just a little bit out of, if I can get him in there. There it is. Just a little bit outside, kind of high up out of the turret, which makes sense given that the turret, like building it in Legos at this scale, takes a bit of bricks. So there's not a lot of room for him. I mean, at this level though, it does allow him to man the 50 caliber brick arm piece pretty nicely. So it does work, but yeah, you do have to take off his legs if you want to have him just poking out of the hatch, which isn't as big of an issue on some of the larger tanks like the Panther or even the Panzers that we've seen before, as those had a little bit more room for the minifigs to fit, basically. You do get this nice Brick Arms 50 caliber machine gun that I was mentioning earlier. The other machine guns that are on the tank though, which there were many on the Stuart, are just standard Lego pieces. They're not Brick Arms, they're just the Lego standard tubing. The turret itself does rotate almost 360 degrees back and forth. It does stop and hit this little radio antenna, though you could pop that off and have full turret rotation if you wanted to. The gun does elevate and depress, as is standard. And then, as far as like some features on the tank, you do have, you do have this commander's hatch, which does open and close. And then you also have on the rear of the tank, the rear doors also open and close. And as standard with many Lego and many Brickmania kits, you can pull apart the different levels of the vehicle. So you can take off the turret. That comes off, just like so. And then you can also pop off the main body. Though in this tank, more so than other Brickmania tanks, it doesn't make as much sense to pull off the body, I feel, because there's not a lot of room in here to put like a driver or to put other people. You could put a couple little items back here in the back compartment by the rear hatch. However, again, it's not the largest of tanks, so it is kind of hard to fit things. But however, it is a pretty interesting build. The only gripe that I have with it is that on the sides, the kind of what's holding the running wheels up are some long, basically stacks of bricks, which are then rotated on their sides and then connected into two studs, essentially holding it onto the sides of the tank, which it hasn't come off for me too much, but when I do take on and off the body a lot, it does kind of loosen up a little bit, and then you have to push that back together a little bit. So it's not a super major gripe, but just kind of a minor thing to just be aware of if you're going to be pulling the top off, or the body, I should say, off of the tracks a lot. However, again, I don't really foresee you doing that, as there isn't a lot of room in there. But it is a pretty cool model, I think, and pretty nice. And it's nice that they fit in so much detail into such a small size. But if you enjoyed this review, definitely remember to like and subscribe. And if you want to see other Lego or Brickmania things, definitely leave a comment down below. As always, this has been California Bird. See ya.